Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Well, hot off the press, it's as expected, it's been confirmed Anthony Joshua, the WBA, WBO, IBF and IBO world champion, will take on his mandatory challenger Alexander Povetkin, Wembley Stadium, 22nd of September. Here is the official post. It's come out on social media and elsewhere. So also we have Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter. He's wading in on this. It's on Anthony Joshua, defend, da-da-da-da-da. Actually, he's left out the WBO here. Press conference, New York tomorrow, London on Wednesday. And further up, we have a quote from Anthony Joshua. Povetkin is a serious challenge that I will prepare meticulously for. He has serious pedigree and only a fool would underestimate what he brings to the table. And Ryabinsky, that is Alexander Povetkin's promoter, Andrei Ryabinsky, says Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin, September 22nd at the Wembley Stadium is official. This is a colossal battle of two Olympic champions and is sure to be an unforgettable night of boxing. So at the time of recording, this is only, 18 minutes or so since the fight. And we also have a press release up on the Matchroom site. So it says Povetkin and Joshua collide on September 22nd. So Anthony Joshua, OBE, will defend his WBA Super, IBF, WBO and IBO heavyweight world titles against WBA mandatory challenger Alexander Povetkin at Wembley Stadium, connected by EE on September 22nd, live on Sky Sports Box Office. The heavyweight king returns to the scene of his historical triumph over legendary champion Vladimir Klitschko in April 2017, where he produced the performance of a lifetime to claim the WBA crown in an unforgettable battle in front of a post-war record crowd of 90,000 at England's National Stadium. The 28-year-old sensation went to sell out the Principality Stadium in Cardiff twice, defending his belts against Carlos Takam in October, before unifying the division by taking Joseph Parker's WBO belt in March, and is now thrilled to be back under the iconic Wembley Arch for what promises to be another blockbuster night. So he says, I can't wait to get back in the ring. The end of March feels a long time ago now. Povetkin is a serious challenge that I will prepare meticulously for. Okay, so this is the quote from earlier. Training hasn't stopped for me, but the next 10 weeks ahead will be intense, both mentally and physically. I will push myself to breaking point to make sure I'm in peak condition for another huge night for British boxing at Wembley Stadium on September 22nd. Former WBA ruler Povetkin earned his shot at Joshua when he spectacularly defended his WBA Intercontinental and WBO Intercontinental titles with a brutal fifth-round KO of Liverpool's David Price, last time out on the Joshua vs Povetkin undercard. Well, actually, he was already the mandatory by then, so it's maybe stretching the truth a little bit. Now the Russian powerhouse is aiming to overthrow the biggest name in boxing when he fights in England for the first time in his career. So Povetkin, he is quoted as saying, "The battle for the world title has always been my goal. I fought for the moment to face the strongest in the world, and on September 22nd, I get my opportunity. Anthony Joshua has 4 belts, and I want them all. I'm glad that our fight will finally take place. The meeting of two Olympic champions in the ring is destined to be a breathtaking event. I can't wait to return to Wembley on September 22nd for what I believe will be one of the biggest tests of AJ's career." So this is Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn. Last time he was there, he produced one of the most dramatic fights and endings in the history of the sport, and I expect this fight to be full of energy and drama. Povetkin is a top 3 heavyweight and extremely dangerous, but in AJ I see the best heavyweight in the world today, and I think we will see a major statement. It will be another huge night for British boxing, with major championship fights on the card, and another one of those special nights and atmospheres that will be watched by millions all around the world. And we have a quote here from Povetkin's promoter Andrei Ryabinsky saying, "The fight between Joshua and Povetkin is one of the biggest fights that can happen in the heavyweight division today. This is a colossal battle." This is the same quote as earlier as well, but you get the point. So an announcement on sale dates, ticket prices and travel packages made this week, yada yada yada. Okay, so that is the official Matchroom statement. We've got the associated promotional material. It's all done, out in force now. The fight is official. What do you make of it? We've got Anthony Joshua Alexander Povetkin, September the 22nd at Wembley. So we're going to have about 90,000 people there. In terms of my initial thoughts on this fight, well, we knew this was coming, but I like this fight. It's not the fight that I wanted to see, but in terms of the challenges that are around that Joshua can face, well, Povetkin, he is among the best that Joshua could be facing right now. There aren't too many other names in the heavyweight division that he could face and get credit for. And let's face it, Alexander Povetkin has one of the best, and I repeat, one of the best active records of any heavyweight today. He has a list of names on his record. It's as long as your arm. Actually, let's quickly go to his box rec. So, Alexander, there we go, box rec, until I go there a little bit. Okay, Povetkin, he is 34-1. So look at his record. He's got David Price, Christian Hammer, Andre Rudenko, Johan Dorper, Marius Wok, Mike Perez, Carlos Takam, Manuel Char. He lost to Vladimir Klitschko. That's his sole loss on his record. Andrzej Wawrzyk, Hazim Rakhman, an old Hazim Rakhman, Marco Hook, Ruslan Chagayev, Nikolai Further. So there's a whole bunch, or even Eddie Chambers, an older Chris Burt. But you know what I mean. There is a lot of names on that record. So that's quite a scalp. But I guess the fact is, with so many names on his record, it does indicate he's been around the block a few times. And right now, he is 38. So by the time of the fight, he's going to be 39. So I guess you can ask, you know, Alexander Povetkin, does he have enough to beat Anthony Joshua? Well, we're certainly going to find out. But Joshua's going to have the reach advantage. He's 6'6". Alexander Povetkin, 6'2". Anthony Joshua, he's got an 82-inch reach, I believe it is. Povetkin, 75. So quite a massive height and reach difference. And certainly when David Price was fighting Alexander Povetkin, you saw that. It was quite stark, but it didn't stop Alexander Povetkin getting in some good work against Price and then eventually clipping him and taking him out. But David Price and Anthony Joshua, they are two different beasts. So we're going to have to see what Alexander Povetkin brings to the party here. But he is a risk to Joshua. He can certainly crack, and he's quite durable. But if I had to go with who I think is going to win right now, well, I would certainly favour the taller and rangier and younger man in Joshua. And Joshua, as we know, he's got underrated boxing skills, and he can crack as well. So I think I would favour a potential late stoppage for Joshua, or potentially it could go all 12 rounds. Povetkin, he's a very durable guy, but 39 years old. What does he have left in the tank? We'll have to see. What do you make of it all? What do you make of this announcement? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.